Hey everyone, hope you can hear me okay. I don't have a mic and I can hear the cars nearby, so sorry about that. I just wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about in the past couple of days, and that is writing and trauma processing. And by that, I don't mean when we write our stories, our works of fiction, and we might be working through our own different forms of trauma into those fictional narratives. I think I do that to some extent, but it's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm thinking about is using writing as a way, either consciously or subconsciously, of processing trauma. Last year, my gran died. She was nearly 96 years old. She was in a care home where she was very well looked after. I was with her for the last hours of her life, and I was with her when she died. Spent her last night with her, sitting by her bed. And obviously that was traumatic in many ways. It was the first time I've been with a person when they've died. And I would say, in many ways, it was a good death, a long life. She was there with a family. It was quite quick. Anyway, it's not what I wanted to talk about. In the days after that happened, I kept kind of seeing the scene in my mind's eye again, over and over. And I guess it was processing it. And one of the first things I did in those first few days after she died was I started writing it all out. In fact, actually, that's not true. I started to write when I was on my journey to go and be with her, before she died even. I started writing it, like a first chapter. And then in the days afterwards, I added more and more to that piece of writing. That piece of writing remains unfinished. But I wrote sort of several mini chapters, as it were. And honestly, at the time, I didn't really think about why I was writing it. I just did it. It felt like something that I needed to do. I needed to get this experience, which was not only, traumatic, but also deeply profound in many ways. I needed to write that. I felt like sorry, I'm just crossing a small stream. Okay. I felt like I needed to write it. Anyway. And then in the past few days, I don't know why I've been thinking about it in the past few days, but I have. I remembered other times in my life where things have happened, difficult situations, traumatic events, some of them really significant, where I have also written down those events. And these are largely not largely, entirely, I would say, pieces of writing that I've never really intended to show anyone. I've also never reread them myself. I've just written them. Very detailed accounts of things that have happened, difficult things. And I found that has helped me. And I think it is a form of trauma processing and a way of communicating, articulating an experience when I'm not able to say it out loud. And sometimes even when I have written it down, I still can't, it doesn't help me writing it doesn't help me to say it to a person out loud. Let's say in a therapy session, had plenty of those. Having written it down doesn't help me say it out loud. It just helps me process it. It doesn't help me work. I don't think it helps me work through it. Or maybe it does. But I see it as a form of processing that I benefit from in times when I'm struggling with some kind of traumatic event. Anyway, it's just something that's been in my mind lately. I wondered if this is something that other people do, whether it helps other people to write these detailed accounts, like memories, and whether it's helped you work through some trauma. I don't know either, whether maybe this is something to do with different ways that different people process things as well, and whether it might help some people and not others. I know for some people it helps to talk about things, right? And sometimes it helps me to talk about things as well. I have to be in probably a very specific situation and context with very specific people and feel very, very safe. And writing doesn't require all those conditions, right? It doesn't rely on another person. It relies only on me and my ability to write. Anyway, just something I've been thinking about lately. I'd love to hear your experiences and your thoughts on it. Thanks for watching. Bye.